Hey everyone, Nick Kratikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you are watching me on Bowdabra. If you are new here, each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we are live on Bowdabra's Facebook page, and we have a lot of bows to make tonight, as usual. So today and tomorrow is the final few days of this extreme heat that we've been having, which feels like it's been an eternity, you guys. It's been several weeks, and then it's supposed to get into the 70s, right? Upper 70s, low 70s?
I think so, next week.
So that voice you heard is Alex. Alex is behind the camera tonight, so as you come in, do me a favor and thank Alex for being with us. But I am so looking forward to you guys. It's been too hot. I'm sweaty. Alex is sweaty. It's just going to be nice to have it a little bit cooler, right? Then we can start really getting into Christmas. So as you come in, don't forget that Bowdabra does give away, hey Farah, hey Rosemary, a free ribbon each and every Monday that we're live. And all you have to do is just comment down below. So all of the products we're using today, you can find available at nicksseasonaldecor.com, including the Bowdabra and the wire. We have both the silver and gold wires available. We're going to be using the silver tonight, and this spool I opened up months ago. So 100-yard spool, as you see here, lasts a very, very long time. You typically use less than a yard per bow. So, I mean, right here, this is pretty much how long I'd cut it, and I'm quite wasteful usually, right, Alex?
Yes.
So this right here is about, what, 2.5 feet or so? Not long, so you can create a lot of bows using this wire. So my first impression of this wire is that it looked like it wasn't going to do the job, right? It doesn't look thick enough, but that coating, that braiding they have on the outside really makes it sturdy, and it made me a believer. So it is really, really strong. What we're going to do is just place that on the slit on the top of our large Bowdabra, right between each side.
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Jeanette and Debbie. So once you have your wire in place, what you can start doing is adding your ribbon. So tonight, I want to use this ribbon along with that black and white check that we used last week. I thought that would be another great comparison to show you the amount of bows you can make using one ribbon or two ribbons, or even three ribbons. So I'm going to start with the length of tails. These tails are about 14 inches on either side. We're going to just take that and place it right in.
Hi, Marcia. Hi, Becky.
How's everyone doing? How was your weekend? What did we do this weekend? We worked. Did we do anything fun?
We went to a lake.
Oh, we did go to a lake. Yes, yesterday we went to visit some family that live about an hour-ish away. And it was our first time there back in probably 15 years. So going back there takes me back to being a kid. So it was a lot of fun. And we did that. Was that yesterday?
Yes.
Wow, it was yesterday. Why does it feel like...
Yeah,
it
was yesterday.
It feels like it's been a while, you guys. So we did do something fun at least this weekend. I know lots of you guys say, Nick, you need to live a little, right? But that's okay. We had fun.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. So I just placed my ribbon right inside. So I cut a length of tails with the gingham. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back in with our green. Notice how much I'm leaving over the side. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Pam. Hey, Julie. Hey, Becky.
Hi, Andrea. Hi, Phyllis.
So you always want to leave a little bit of an overhang. That way, when it comes time to fluff your loops, you're not pulling them right outside the Bowdabra or outside of the wire. So I do see a comment, so sad about Olivia. Yes, I am really sad too. Olivia Newton-John has passed away from breast cancer today. And I'm sure everybody knows who Olivia Newton-John is, right? Mm-hmm. Crazy story too is when I was a kid, we used to have CD players. Right? So I'm a part of that generation. So is an Alex, of course, where we had a CD player. And I would listen to the Xanadu album. And the CD players, I mean, this looks like a CD, right? You had to hold the player upright like this. You couldn't put it in your pocket. And if you moved it at all, it would like skip, right? In a sense, you wouldn't hear it right. So I remember walking around Foxwoods, the casino, you guys, holding my CD player, listening to that album. But yes, definitely well wishes to her family and friends.
Hi, Marianne. Hi, Jeannie.
Welcome, you guys. So let's do 2 loops on either side. We'll see how that looks.
Hi, Eleanor.
Yeah, she did fought, really hard. And Dad made a great point. No matter who you are in this world, you got to enjoy each and every minute because you don't know how long you're going to be here, right? So we did 2 loops on either side. Then we're going to snip it off.
Gil says, oh, I really do love black and white.
I know, and we used this black and white ribbon, the buffalo check, I keep saying buffalo check, the gingham, last week, just alone, right? So this week, I just put these 2 ribbons on my table, and I think this color combo looks really pretty. What do you think,
It
Al?
does. I like it together.
Me too. So then we're going to come back in with 2 more loops on either side.
Bernie would love to win tonight. She loves that green.
Yeah, all you have to do is just let us know. We've had lots of lucky winners that have never won anything in their lives but have won a free roll of ribbon on these Monday Night Lives.
Hi, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda. Then we're going to come back in on the other side.
Marianne says, I really love watching and listening to you both.
Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you. Jeanette would really love to win tonight. Betty would love to win.
All right, so that's 2 loops. I figure, why don't we just come back in with our button loop with the green? That might look pretty, right?
Yeah. Becky says fall looking.
Yeah, right? I think this would work for fall and Christmas. Kind of like a winter, not winter, but what's the word I'm looking for? Woodsy Christmas. This would also work for Father's Day, this bow. Let's take it out now. Fishing. Pull your wires through one another. Hey, Pat. You would love to win, Marianne? Hey, Anne from Australia. So thank you guys for sharing. I see we're at almost 200 live viewers. That was quick. Thank you guys for being with me tonight. Hopefully the weather's a little bit cooler than it is here. We've been having a heat wave. I see Alex keep fanning her face.
I know.
We have an AC up here, you guys. It's just that my ceilings are 30 feet tall. And, you know, typically that rule of thumb is that heat rises, and it feels like here at the warehouse, heat just sinks, right? So let's dovetail these tails real quick. To dovetail, we're going to take our end of ribbon, fold it in half, and cut from the middle out towards the wired edge at an angle. And that just adds that perfect finishing touch. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're a pro, doesn't make a difference. Always, always, always either dovetail or cut at an angle for the best effect.
Barbara says, thanks for sharing your beautiful talent.
Thank you, Barbara, for being here. Let's fluff it out now. We have 4 loops on either side.
Hi, Pam from Ontario. She'd love to win a roll of ribbon tonight.
Ontario. Yeah, let us know where you're from. And don't forget, both Bowdabra and Nick's Seasonal Decor have free crafting groups. You can join the Bowdabra fan gallery, and you can also join the Nick's Seasonal Decor crafting community. Both groups are great resources for added inspiration. So if you're looking to see what other designers are up to, both of those groups are probably a great choice to join. So there we have that bow. How pretty is that? I love the top portion. You know, tails, I don't even think tails are necessary in this.
Yeah, this is really pretty.
Okay. Pat loves the bow. Thank you, Pat. And we always fluff it out a little bit better after the video, right? We like to cram as much knowledge into these videos as possible. So I always fluff them out better and send pictures to Bowdabra. And if you ever see one of my bows, you know, be sure to say I watched Nick make this, right? Because you were here with me to make them. Then we're going to cut another length of wire, place it right on the top of the Bowdabra.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Valerie. Gladys would love to win tonight.
Hey, Gladys.
We have Trudy from Ohio. Oops, sorry. Trudy from, oh, it just skipped. Idaho.
Idaho. Idaho. So look at this beautiful yellow ribbon we're going to be working with now. Isn't that really pretty?
It is. It's very bright.
Okay, so we're going to make our wreath bow now. We're going to cut a length of tails. We're designing on a 14-inch grapevine, but I do think by having decently long tails, not overboard for that size wreath, but, you know, anywhere from 14 to 18 inches, I think it really does look nice having longer tails on any design for that matter. So for this bow, Alex, we're going to keep it traditional. So typically, I love traditional for Christmas time, but it does look great year-round, especially when you don't work in too many loops. So this is going to be a year-round wreath tonight. We have some pretty yellow flowers and pretty white flowers to work in.
Becky says for the other bow, you could add a pumpkin for fall and then change to pine cones for the winter.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Great idea thinking. And whenever, you know, for those of you that sell and are designers with businesses, first of all, let me know down below. But if you are, what she just said is a great, you know, thing to start thinking about. If you're limited on space, if you don't want to create too many designs, and you know, by being afraid that they won't sell, or space-wise, or even money-wise, just by switching it out, like that pumpkin for that pine cone idea, it helps you think of other possibilities. And, you know, God forbid it doesn't sell in time, you can always just make those minor changes, and then you have kind of a longer shelf life for that design in your shop.
We have Renee, who says Sheridan would love to win, watching from Chakota, Chakota?
Shakota.
Chakota or Chakota? Sha or Cha?
Well, just say it fast.
He doesn't
Home
know.
of Carrie Underwood.
Yes. And Renee, I
Yes.
think I actually spoke to you on the phone this morning.
Yes. Well, thank you for your order, and thank you for being here with us. We have always wanted to make a trip, haven't we, Alex?
I know. One day we will.
One day we will, and you can show us around town. So let's pull these wires out.
Brenda just finished making a coffee table arrangement.
Ooh, Brenda, share a picture with us. I always love to see what you guys make. Seriously, always share a picture. Tag us in it. That way I'm able to go back and see what you guys have made because you guys just are so talented and create such beautiful designs. It's just mind-blowing. So we're just going to tie this from behind. Nick, could you turn up your volume? I barely can hear you. Anybody else having that issue? I feel like I'm kind of screaming at this point, but should be good to go. See if I can up this a little bit.
Hi, Belinda.
Hey, Belinda. Oh, you know what I did? I cut the tails. This was going to be our wreath bow. Or cut our wire. That's okay. Snip another length. There we go. Del Rio, Texas. Texas in the house. We will be back in Texas in what seems like a long time, but I feel like every time I blink, it's like we're on a flight there, right?
I know.
So we will be in Texas again end of December, early January.
Hey, Lynn. Teresa says volume's good for her.
Callie can hear me fine. Thank you, Callie, for letting me know. We are doing well, Teresa. How about yourself? We're just tying our bow right to our 14-inch grapevine now. And I see we're at almost 230 live viewers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Denise says, loving the hello yellow bow.
I know. So this yellow is not pastel. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a mustard yellow, right? It's a little bit
Yeah.
golden, and I think it looks really, really pretty. So before we fluff, I just want to show you guys the difference. Look at the way that bow looks right now, and when we go to fluff it out, it's going to look so, so much better.
Oh, Renee says she can show us around. It won't take long.
Yeah, I know. We're 69 meets 40, right? Single stoplight town. All right, let's fluff it out. And I'm pretty sure I wrote that on Renee's box once. I was so excited. Fluff it out. There we go. Time to work in. Over 230 of you guys. Thank you. So these, you guys, are new flowers, and this is our first time debuting them. They're not listed on our website yet, but they will be really soon. Right, Alex?
Yes.
So we have these in a bunch of colors, and these are a very inexpensive bush. So stay tuned for that. This is going to be kind of like the grand reveal, right? So you're seeing this for the first time on Bowdabra. We have them in yellow, white, multicolor, like pinks and blues and greens, and another color that I can't think of. So let's break down one white bush and one yellow bush. Here is the white, and I thought that would add a nice contrast. Keep in mind, too, you guys, if something matches, or if your entire design matches perfectly, that isn't necessarily a great thing, right? Sometimes it works really nicely. Other times you want kind of a pop or a contrast or a complementary color. And I think by working in this white, we're going to take a little bit away from that yellow and make it pop even more.
Julie says, evening, Nick and Alex. Hope you're both well. I'd love to win from Wales, UK.
From Wales.
Hi, Julie.
Hey, Julie. Nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. We're just going to dip these stems right into our glue skillet and begin working them in.
Lynn says, would love to win, but I'm winning just watching you.
Oh, who said that?
Lynn.
Lynn.
Hi, Pam.
Hey, Pam.
Hi, Catherine. She'd love to win. She's in West Virginia.
In West Virginia. So we're just working these in essentially at random, right, Alex? We're not focusing too much attention on exact placement, getting them all perfect. We're just kind of spacing them all the way around. So don't be too concerned when designing of getting everything perfect. Work another piece there.
Hi, Sally from England.
From England. Pull these longer tails down. And just continue working in these pretty flowers.
Hi, Linda from New York.
New York, right next door. And me and Alex were actually talking. We're thinking about going back to New York. We haven't been in 2 years, right, Alex? About 2 years.
I know, it's been a little while.
And we did do a wreath show in New York once, way upstate in Rochester, which is not close to us. We are closer to Albany. I mean, even New York City's only a few hours from us, about three 3 hours or so, 3.5 hours. So not a long drive. Definitely some of the shorter drives we've taken in our lifetime. Mary really needs ribbon. She would love to win.
Catherine says you make it look so easy. Beautiful.
It is easy. So notice too, I'm taking a few of these flowers and working them between the loops. I always like that effect. I think it creates for such a beautiful illusion because it makes the bow look as though it's kind of growing out of all of the beautiful flowers. So don't feel as though you have to have a big prominent bow in every single design. Sometimes just tucked in a little bit with some florals to accent it looks really nice. So our final flower, place it there. So that was
so pretty.
About $5-6 worth of flowers, and then a buck worth of ribbon on a $5.75 grapevine. So you're looking at what, less than $10 for a pretty wreath? And something like this, you guys, makes great gifts for friends and family. You can make a wreath for friends and family for every season and holiday, right? What are they gonna say? And the best thing too is we've all received gifts we haven't liked in the past, and we've always kind of re-gifted them, right? But your friends and family can't re-gift it because they're gonna have to have it on their door when you come over. So kind of a win-win situation. So there's the wreath that we just made. Let's make another bow now. We're gonna come back to our large Bowdabra, cut a length of wire. I am an hour from Rochester, New York. So Rochester was about 7 hours, 7.5 hours or so.
I'd say it was about 7.
Which isn't too long.
Julie says, I love everything that you make.
Thank you, Julie. We're going to place that wire underneath, like I said before. It helps get it out of the way and keeps it from annoying us. So should we use this ribbon? Should we use this ribbon? Which one do you like more?
Ooh, they're both pretty.
All right, everybody, comment down below which bow you want to see next. We got the red and gold, and then we've got the red and emerald green.
Denise says, I love how you make it look 3D.
Thank you, Denise. All right, let's get some votes in. Which one do you guys want to see?
Hi, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte. Hey, let's see. Hey, Gil. Or Jill. Hey, Jill. Hey, Denise. Denise says red and gold. So let's do the red and gold.
Patsy says, beautiful, dainty, and refreshing.
Yeah, very, very simple. If I can do it, you can do it. So here we have the red and gold that we have in shop, and this is actually a red velvet, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So a very pretty red velvet. So should we do a funky? I think this might look pretty funky.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Let's do a funky. So we're going to just cut pieces of ribbon that are about 24 inches long, 26 inches long. You can do them longer, you can do them shorter. But I'm going to show you guys how to do it outside of the Bowdabra and use the Bowdabra as a third hand to hold everything in place so that you don't have to fiddle with it. So we're just going to cut a bunch of lengths. Let's do 5 or 6 at least. Let's do a couple more. Hello from Ireland. Welcome, Patricia. All right, that's enough of these. So then what we can do is we can take those ribbons, fold them in half, and dovetail. So this is a sheer center, has the gold, and then it's got that really, really pretty red velvet. And I think I love red velvet so much is that I've always been a fan of flat finishes, right? And red velvet, it just kind of, no matter what light reflects off of it, it just looks like red velvet to me. There's no reflection of it whatsoever. It's just that deep, rich red or whatever color velvet you're using.
Hi, Patricia from Ireland. Debbie says, I love all of your designs.
Thank you, Debbie. So by dovetailing it outside of the Bowdabra and not afterwards, what ends up happening is when you secure your bow, all you're going to have to do is fluff it.
Brenda says her favorite bow is the funky bow.
That's Brenda's favorite. Yeah, it's a pretty technique.
Hey, Dory Lynn. She's in Canada.
In Canada. So let's dovetail our final piece right now. There we go. So that's Brenda's favorite bow, is the funky bow. So hopefully this one turns out pretty, right? Because you never know. Every ribbon is different, and this ribbon is on kind of the weirder side because it has that sheer center, making it a little bit thinner, but that does look really pretty. So we're going to take these pieces and work them all in. So here's our first piece, and what I always like to do is stop and tell you guys how we're going to add our next piece. So we always want to make it as easier on ourselves as possible. So since we have our loop on that side and we have the tails on this side, we're going to do the opposite now. So when it comes time to fluff, we don't have to worry about it nearly as much.
We have Alberta watching from Kentucky tonight.
From
and
Kentucky.
Patricia from Scotland, and she'd love to win.
Scotland.
Renee asked, could I use this ribbon outdoors?
Yes, you can. So I believe, honestly, most ribbons you can use outdoors. You know, once you start getting into the $50, $60 rolls of ribbon, which we don't currently carry, right? That's the only time I'd really be weary. All ribbons will fade over time. No ribbon is 100% waterproof. I mean, nothing is 100% water or weather proof. Always things will fade over time, and by the time that happens, you guys, chances are going to be high that you're pretty sick of it anyway, right? So I never let that concern me. If I want to place something outdoors, as long as it's not like paper mache or paper or anything that will completely disintegrate, I put it outside.
Hi, Tanya from Oklahoma.
Hey, Tanya. The more sheltered you can place a design, the better off you are to get it out of the elements. Now let's take those wires and tie them from behind.
Hi, Zuma from Puerto Rico. She says, blessings. I love everything that you do.
Oh, thank you. From Puerto Rico. That sounds really nice right about now, right? Yeah, we should go. Take a nice trip. Me and Alex have got to take a vacation, you guys, and I would love to hear where we should visit. Maybe we'll take a poll on that later. That sounds like a good question, right?
I know.
Then we're going to get some people that are like, your hometown.
Somewhere with a beach, guys.
Somewhere with tropical weather.
Yeah.
Fluff it out. Pull apart each tail, each loop.
Mary says that's pretty.
Thank you, Mary. And we cut these a little bit smaller, so this is a smaller bow, and it still looks very pretty in my eyes. Pull all of the tails apart. The more you kind of fluff it, the better off it's going to be, and the prettier looking it's going to look. Fluff it apart. How pretty would that be on top of a present, Alex?
It'd be very pretty.
Right? What do you guys think? Do you like that? Almost 250 of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Belinda says, just moved from Shelbyville to the mountains.
Ooh.
Do you ever tie your bows with zip ties or pipe cleaners? Yes, Denise. I use pipe cleaners on my bows a whole lot. But the Bowdabra wire does work great too, right? So we carry pipe cleaners and Bowdabra wire, and both are great choices. Bowdabra wire, you can really wrap it around things and not worry about, scratching a door if you don't cover up the back of it. Pipe cleaners can get a little bit sharp, whereas this wire, being so thin, you're not going to scratch anything with it. So we're going to place our wire back into the Bowdabra. Now, I wish I brought a solid red from the warehouse. We could have done a poinsettia tonight.
I know.
But I think we still can do something. You guys really enjoyed that technique where we just cut a bunch of tails. So let's try that again. If you're new here, this was a technique we debuted on Bowdabra a few weeks back now. And people really liked it. I mean, there's so many possibilities for it. You could do daisies, you could do mums, geraniums, roses.
Hi, Marilyn. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Marilyn.
Pam says, I'd like that on top of my Christmas tree.
Yes.
Hi, Donna.
Hey, Donna. All right, let's cut a couple more. We want to make it fuller, so let's actually do a few shorter ones now, right? For some depth. That's 2, 3. Stop at 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these longer tails, somewhat find them, midway point, just by folding it in half, and then place it right into your Bowdabra.
Leanne asked, how long do you cut? And I think she meant wire. And is it the same for all bows?
I just eyeball it. If I'm too short, I'll add an extra piece. But I always suggest cutting both your ribbon tails and your wires a little bit longer than you may think you need them. Simply and solely because it's easier to take away from the wire than it is to add the wire. So I recommend cutting them anywhere from 18 to 24 inches or so.
Eleanor says, beautiful bow.
Thank you, Eleanor. And beautiful name. So that's 1, 2, 3 little pieces. Look at how small that is. Did I measure it? Absolutely not. Take your wires to the middle and tighten it. So Brenda says you can always spray a sealant on your bows and flowers, so you absolutely can. Truth be told, I don't think I've ever even attempted that. I usually just let my flowers and greenery and all of that fade naturally. They do have some great, sealant brands out there, but I still believe all of them turn a little bit yellow over time. So I usually just recommend letting Mother Nature take control of your bows and your designs. But you could always try a sealant. It might work for you.
Hi, Lucy from San Antonio.
From San Antonio. San Antonio is one of those places we have to visit. We have a lot of friends in San Antonio. And I'd say our business, I feel like a significant percentage is based out of San Antonio.
Yes. And we have our winner.
Ooh, who's our lucky winner?
Congratulations to Callie Johnson of Morganton, North Carolina.
Congratulations, Callie. You just won yourself a free roll of ribbon. How awesome is that?
Super exciting. So make sure you go ahead and send a message to Bowdabra, and they'll get you all set up with your ribbon.
Yes. Congratulations, Callie. All
Hi,
right.
Sandra.
Hey, Sandra. So I'm just dovetailing these before we fluff it out. How are we doing on time?
We have about 4 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Dovetail. Dovetail, and I finally have sharp scissors. We made that joke last week, you guys, but we filmed from the house for a few days because it was so hot here at the studio, and I couldn't find my new scissors. But we have these scissors, which are my favorite.
Congrats, Callie.
Yes, look at everybody congratulating her. And if you haven't won yet, don't be discouraged because we choose a winner each and every Monday when we're live. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's pull all of these tails out. Fluff them open. We have some shorter ones, some longer ones. And it's all about just having fun with it, right? So, we have a group, the Wreath community, and it's more in-depth teaching. But the number one thing is if you like it and you enjoy it, so be it if it's not somebody else's style, right? So when it comes to techniques and designs, ultimately, if you love it and it makes you happy, that is the most important thing. And I think that one turned out really cute.
So cute.
What do you guys think of that? Isn't that pretty?
Like a flower. Donna asked, Yaya using them to cut the herbs for dinner?
Donna. Oh my gosh.
She might be.
She might be.
We're not sure.
So that is that bow. I think that turned out really pretty. And like I said, we always give our bows an extra fluff or two before we send them over to Bowdabra, just to make sure that they're as great looking as possible. So that is that last bow. Here we have our wreath right here. Isn't that pretty? I like that wreath. I love that lime green. I think this bow would work for any season and holiday. Grab the other few bows. We have this one, and see the differences between greens. This is that pretty moss green, and I think that color is really, really pretty. It's one of my favorites. And then, lastly, we have our red and gold. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being with me tonight. We are live here on Bowdabra every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I am Nick Kratikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor. You can find your Bowdabras and wires and ribbons available at nicksseasonaldecor.com. Be sure to join the Bowdabra fan gallery and the crafting community. And above anything else, send pictures of your bows and your designs. We always love to see it. So make sure to tag all of us in it. I want to thank Alex for being with me. I want to thank Dory. I want to thank Joe and Sandy for having me as a guest. And I will see you all next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.